Hi guys, I'm out in my shop. We got all kinds of stuff going on out here. Ford, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I've got sitting right here is my leather chaps for the motorcycle. And I found out the other day when I rode out to get the service done on the Harley before my trip, they're not waterproof. Water goes through them. I got all wet because it rains here and it's stupid. So I'm gonna go ahead and process these a little bit and waterproof them, and I'm gonna show you something cool that you probably haven't done before. So right here I have the old Coleman burner, one of my old Coleman burners, and a coffee can. You're probably thinking, what do you have going on in that coffee can? Well, it looks like oil because it is, but it's not the kind of oil that you think. So I'm kind of old school, and 2 or 3 years ago we butchered an alpaca. If you don't know what an alpaca is, I'm sorry, they're like a llama, but smaller. They're a camelid. My sister, she's a shearer. She shears sheep and goats and alpacas and llamas and stuff like that for their wool, and because it's good for the health of the animal to give them a haircut. Uh, and that's kind of how I figured out what those kind of animals are. Your results may vary, but anyway, we ended up with a couple of animals that we got to butcher, and I went ahead and saved all the fat out of the alpaca. They're about the size of a deer. They cut up like a deer. They taste amazing. If you like deer, you'll like alpaca. You'll also like goat if you like deer. If you don't know, then try it. Anyhow, so I saved all the fat off of the animal. If you don't know what fat looks like, it's kind of yellow. It's fat. If you see beef fat at the store, it looks just like that. But anyway, so we saved a bunch of that, and I put it in this coffee can. Now, mind you, this was a couple of years ago. I put it in this coffee can here on this very same burner, and what we did was we cooked it down. We cooked it in the coffee can and cooked it and cooked it and cooked it and pulled all the stuff off of the top, and we cooked that fat down until it was an oil. And then it solidified, and I've already heated this because I just waterproofed a pair of boots with it. So when you cook this stuff down, it has chunks in it, because when you cut the stuff off of the animal, you get hair, you get little pieces of meat, you get little pieces of skin, you just get the stuff when you pull the fat out. And when you cook it down, all of that separates, and you kind of skim the stuff off of the top, and what you're left with is just this oil. And just like mink oil or any other oil that you get for waterproofing, this stuff does the same thing, except for I made this, and that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. So there's a little wire feed welder here, and because every working surface in this building is used up, I'm going to use the top of this welder to hold these chaps while I waterproof them. And so I've got this stuff cooked down, and it's an oil. I've turned the burner off, it's hot, and I'm going to use a foam brush and a rag to go ahead and paint the oil on and waterproof with it. So I already did part of these from these seams down, and of course the camera's not going to show a bit of difference on it, but yeah, naturally the camera won't show the difference. But this is going to repel water now, and it's oiled, and my oil started getting kind of thick, so I'm reheating it, and then I'll paint some more on here and move up to this next section, and we'll go from there. You just paint it on there. and it spreads out and it's thin, and here in a second it's going to start turning yellow, and it's going to kind of turn into like a wax or like a grease. You can kind of see it's already starting to tack up. I'm going to get some more on the brush. Oh no, it's running because I'm doing it one-handed. Anyway, this is old school stuff. Worked this way for hundreds of years. This is how the cowboys did it. Turn my burner off. So now I'm going to take this microfiber. You can see this stuff's really tacking up. And just give it a rub down with the rag to get the excess that's up off of the top. And that's how it looks when it's done. Well, alright. These chaps are all waterproof. You can kind of see the shine on them. Probably some places more than others. Now that that's done, the only thing that you got to do with this is let it cool back down. It'll solidify, put the lid on, and it's going to be ready to go the next time. Thanks for watching How to Waterproof Your Leathers Like a Cowboy.